I love it.
I love acting whatever.
Very off-putting for a lot of people. So, bear with me.
All right, Justin, you have been so anointed, acting whatever. Go for it.
I'm so grateful. Thank you. So I believe the first order of business would be to call the meeting to order, and then we need to approve the minutes from last meeting. Am I correct in that, Kim?
Yes. First, any additions or deletions to the agenda, and then the approval.
Any additions or deletions to the agenda? All right. If none, we'll move to approve the minutes. I'd be looking to you, Chief, for a motion.
Yep.
Perfect. I will second that motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Or raising hand, aye. And the minutes are approved. The next order of business, and I apologize, I'm working without my second screen, so I'm trying to find my agenda for today. There it is. I found it. I had the wrong one up. The next order of business is to discuss Rule 4 and the addition of language stating we will expressly, or is it expressly? Would that be the right word? Use Robert's rules if it's not otherwise noted. So that would require an addition, which, did you have language or no, Kim?
So
or do we?
I didn't share language yet. I did pull up some language. I just didn't send it around, and I can put it in the chat. But basically, just so you all know, I did a quick round just to make sure, one, it wasn't already stated in our statute. I just wanted to double check, and it isn't. What it says in our statute for the council is that we will adopt rules as to quorum and procedures with respect to the conduct of its meetings and other affairs. So this is in line with, that we're making it explicit that unless otherwise noted, we follow Robert's rules. I then just double checked in open meeting law, there's no reference to Robert's rules, but when you go to any of the statutes governing town meetings or different boards or councils in the state, in various statutes, they call out that they follow Robert's rules. So grabbing some language from a few of those, one way for it to be said is, unless otherwise specified in council rule, the most recent version of Robert's Rules of Order shall govern all meetings of the council, except when in conflict with law, something to that effect. And here's Mark coming on top of the tower, hopefully.
I am not on the tower, but I am on the
Mark, just to catch up, we were able to approve the minutes because we're a council of, we're able to hold the meeting with two. So we did take care of that. And then I was the acting whatever, and I actually like the term that was the actual term. But we just got language from Kim related to the Robert's rules for being added to Rule 4 or language to that effect. So that's where we're at, just to bring you up to speed.
Awesome. And again, I apologize for being late.
No worries. And Kim, I was gonna say, do you want to summarize that again and avoid me trying to summarize what you said, or would you like me to do it?
No, I don't mind, because I have it written in front of me and I'm going to put it in the chat. But essentially, Mark, just looking at how the language for Robert Rules shows up in other statutes for different towns and for other boards where they do explicitly state it. One version that I liked was we could write something to the effect of, unless otherwise specified in council rule, the most recent version of Robert's Rules of Order shall govern all meetings of the council, except when in conflict with the law.
That makes perfect sense to me.
I like that. It's clear, it's concise. It gives an option in case there needs to be one. I think that's great.
Yeah, I think we would want, especially we already have an example like we have for quorum. We had to make a specific rule about our contested hearings, that professional regulation can't be there. So we have a strange number, not strange, but an unusual number for quorum that wouldn't follow Robert's rules. So we do want that, like, we want a little wiggle room there where it doesn't make sense for us. But then otherwise, Robert's rules is our backstop. And I did like, it's worded two different ways. Some folks say the latest edition of Robert's rules. I like the wording, the most recent version, again, so there's no question, like, was it when went the rules in effect and blah, blah, blah. We just would want whatever the most recent version is. I like that. And then, yeah, if there's any conflict with law, and there's only one that I know of off the top of my head that, because we're a public body, we're always required to have a 2/3 vote for executive session, whether it's noticed or not, and Robert's rules, that's different. So anyways, I think that language covers us, but I'll put it in the chat so you can see it. And then the question would be where in Rule 4 we would want to add that.
I think
Would it be
right under,
improper? Oh, go ahead.
I think you would put it at B. Or actually you can really go anywhere, right? Until before D.
Yeah,
before D.
Yeah, and I was almost wondering if it was if it kind of what you were just saying, Peter, but like if it's a standalone sort of blurb right at the very beginning. And maybe maybe we wouldn't want to do that, but I was just thinking like its own sort of just, I don't know if it even just like a header, not a header, but you know what I mean? Like the first thing, this is what we're going to do in these meetings, but maybe that's not
right. It could even be added to A. But I would think it'd be its own, at least its own paragraph. And it could be anywhere, I would think in the beginning clump. So I would say anywhere before, anywhere from D to above.
Kim, do you have a recommendation?
Just reading. I mean,
Actually, it could be anywhere. It could be at the end. Does it matter?
I mean, just from a like readability standpoint, like I don't think it matters as far as, you know, especially because we have the exceptions in here. It's not like, well, wait a minute, this one trumps this because it came first. Like I don't think we run into that.
Why wouldn't we just
anymore.
put it right in A, right after the period?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Because the council shall hold regular meetings, at least quarterly, blah, 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 shall be noticed, provided in this rule, period, unless otherwise specified in council rule. Right?
Yeah, that would make sense.
I'm good with it. Mark?
Works for me.
I'll make a motion that we accept the language that Kim sent in the chat for inclusion into Rule 4, subsection A, after to be inserted after the end of the existing first sentence.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. And I assume, Justin, you were handing the reins back over to me from acting whatever.
I am indeed. Thank you.
All right. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. And we have adopted that motion.
All right.
Because I am driving, can someone tell me what our next order of business is?
Public comment.
We have no members of the public aside from our council attorney. Kim, do you have any comments?
I have no comments, except thank you. This was nice and easy.
Then I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Excellent.
Peter, are you seconding that?
Yes.
Cool. Any discussion on adjournment? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Y'all
Will
have a
say no.
lovely day.
The same to you.
Thank you.
Thank
Kim,
you. Thanks,
Kim, do you
Mark.
need anything for our meeting? What is it, tomorrow?
No, I mean, I think just be ready if, the discussion, if you feel like I don't explain something, feel free to chime in on, any reasoning or whys, as far as the rules, but I'll give an overview and then we'll just see where the council, if they feel strongly about anything or need a further explanation, you can chime in.
I will do my best to make anything sound intelligent, but I will defer to you.
Excellent. Well, again, as you know, in those council meetings, like if, it's easy when you start reeling off stuff that you miss an obvious thing to mention. So if I miss something, just feel free to chime in.
I will do that,
Great.
but I will follow your lead.
Oh, shake that cough, Kim.
I know it's not so bad.
That
I just haven't
That may
talked
stick
enough
for a
today.
while. Everybody I know's had it. The cough is kind of hung out for a little while.
It's
So.
I think that's the tiring part. Like you
Yeah.
just get tired of coughing.
Mhm.
All right.
Well, enjoy the sunshine.
Thanks. You too, as you're driving around.
Don't climb the tower, Mark.
Yeah, don't climb
I
the
won't.
tower, Mark.
I am not qualified to do that. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Even
you.
even on a dare. All right, we will see you all later.
Bye. Thank you.